Hi, welcome back to another Terranscapes video. I just shot this video one take. That's a rarity. And then I went to look at it. This camera was out of focus. That hasn't happened. I haven't had to do a complete retake in a long time. So if I'm less enthusiastic, it's because I'm a little tired. And man, I was like, what? One take, gone. Anyway, so this is the what's coming up video, and lots of things are in the works, and I'm gonna try and not blather on too much about them, but some of them I'm really excited about, so it kind of gives you a sense of how I'm getting back on the path, as I mentioned in the previous video. First up is the ocean boards video of all of the boards together. Some people have been asking about that. The client certainly has, and I am going to shoot that right after this one, and it will be slightly different format. It's going to be looking at the photos that I shot, because doing all of the angles I wanted and with the lighting that I wanted was going to be far too difficult to do it with video, and so what I did is I shot photos, and I've been practicing playing with my new flash, sort of new, and I got this great reflector for it, and it's a cone that sits on top of the flash, sort of a half cone, a shield, and that way you could bounce it off the ceiling and still have some light going forward. But what I discovered is if I rotate it and play with that, I can shield the target and then bounce it off of another reflector and then have it come back and get shadows towards me. Awesome. And that's really important for seeing the waves correctly, because they don't look right if you're just blasting light right at them. So we're going to look at those photos. That's coming up, and I think you might like them. It's very interesting. See them all together. My first time. Next, I have a boatload of rapid fire to shoot. I mentioned it in the previous video. There's the back finger. If you didn't see the what's been happening, go take a look at that. And I'm going to try to put a big batch of them out and wrap up the month with some, maybe have them spill over into the next month. But I have a whole new theme for videos for next month, and I need to make space for them, because next month, two things will be happening. One, I'll be starting two new projects. One is an Orc Warhammer Fantasy display board. I have some ideas for this display board that I don't think have ever been done before, so I'm pretty excited about that. We'll see how it comes out. And also, I have another very large project that has finally gotten ironed out, and the clients have been mostly patient with a little bursts of impatience, which is completely understandable, but everything takes time. So that is finally going to get into the works. It's a large elf town, 2 fortress walls, 5x9, lots of buildings, lots of other features, and it's Lord of the Rings themed. I will talk about it more when I get there, and I'm going to start with the plans, and I'm doing a lot more planning than I did on the ocean boards. Lessons learned. And of course, I'll be showing you those plans and my thoughts, and I value your feedback. A lot of guys out there and gals see things I don't see, so stay tuned for that. Then I have personal projects I'm going to be starting up maybe next month, but they are coming back, and so I'm mentioning them now because some people have asked about them. I have a cat that's sneezing, and I'm worried if he's getting some kind of cold. I started that Sorcerer's Fortified Tower, big thing, a while back. I am returning to it. I'm looking forward to returning to it. It's a great testing ground, proving ground for some things I want to do in the big town project. So that's coming back. I have another small project to do for my wife. She wanted a little Hobbit display. She teaches sometimes sci-fi and fantasy, and she thought it'd be great. That's you haven't seen anything, I haven't mentioned anything. That's going to happen first, probably before the Fortified Tower. I promised it to my wife, Tanya, a while back. If you want to see Tanya, you're new to the channel, go see the celebration video a little ways back finger, and you can meet her. Plus, I have an unusual project. I don't do this very often. Oh, light. My aunt on Tanya's side, so I guess it's my aunt-in-law, sent me this horse sculpture, and looks like it has been dropped. Oh, close cam. Right, so we're missing a leg, we're missing the tail, there's a lot of exposed wire, fractured bit, and she sent that to me to see if I could fix it. And I've actually done a similar task for a coworker of Tanya's who broke her Patriots mascot sort of ceramic figure. Did a nice job on fixing that. If I can just, in fact, I think it looked better than when it came to me. Very, very poor paint job on that thing. And I also repaired like an African flute that a student had dropped of Tanya's, and was like, oh, can your husband fix this? You know, and that was a real challenge because it had all this weird texture. I almost wish I had taken a photo of it because matching the I'm getting off topic. Anyway, it was a challenge. Moving on, horse. I'm going to be using some smooth-on epoxies, putties there. I'm going to use probably, I have some, oh God, what is it called? Freeform Air. And so it's going to give me a chance to play with that. And I thought you might like to see that. So I'm probably going to shoot some videos of that as well and kind of do maybe a work in progress kind of a thing. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to happen probably before any of those other things I just mentioned. Because I don't like it sitting there and it's just staring at me. It's been staring at me for like a month. So, but the big thing that I want to do for next month is to do product reviews. I haven't done any in a while. I have a bunch that's backed up. I've got some Woodland Scenics plaster, mold, they're mixing cups, I think something else, maybe shaper sheets. So I'm going to take a look at those. I want to see what they have to offer. And I also am going to do a leaf review. It's fall. Why not do some leaves? And I had bought some. I'm not doing a retake on this one. Or editing out these bits. I bought some leaves from MIG Ammo, and they really, just as a tryout, and I was like, ooh, oh, And I saw another company that was making laser cut leaves, and I was thinking, all right, why don't I pick these up, just see what those look like. And then I have another leaf. Of course, we have the Scenic Express sort of ivies with leaves on them. And of course, it's fall, so I have some natural leaves. So we're going to take a look, several videos at leaves on the market, and give you my thoughts on their suitability for scale, their suitability for colors. And I have a request, a request. I wanted to add to that list the Skullcraft's fall leaf collection. They used Skullcraft's gone. I missed out on that. I spent like 40 minutes looking for leaves. And they are the birch seeds that have been dyed for the fall colors. So there's like a yellow and a red, maybe it's an orange. And I would like to get those because I've seen them on some miniatures at some tournaments, and I'd like to include those in the review, but I can't find any that look like those on the market. I think I saw some that were like in the UK, but I'm not gonna pay for international shipping just to look at these leaves. So if you have some, and you would be interested in maybe sending me a small sample, I would love it. You can email me. You'll see that email later right over here, mike@terranscapes.com. I don't need a lot, like a pinch, 20 leaves or something. It's just so I can put them on a piece of paper and we can look at them. I would appreciate that because they seem like a gross omission from the list that I have to do. Last thing is I'm going to be putting up 2 new Patreon monthly column articles very soon. I was talking to one of my patrons, and I have my patrons do the requests for, if they're at the $5 tier, whatever, and I really like to have them drive the content. I have other patrons that could make suggestions, and they don't. I'll write what you want. Make a suggestion. Spencer has been so good about chiming in and continuously giving me ideas or responding to my ideas. And, you know, sometimes he's like, well, you know, I don't want to hog it, but nobody else is. So put Spencer down and say, no, I want to read this. And I'll be happy to write about it. So I got a couple that I need to do. And he thought my suggestion of snow and ice would be great because we're coming up in winter, holiday season. People like to make, you know, Christmas displays and things like that. And I get questions about snow and ice. So I'm going to tackle those two topics in two columns. And I don't know exactly when they'll be up, maybe in a couple weeks. So you can always drop by the Patreon site and take a look in the creators' posts. You'll see the monthly columns, publicly accessible. And once I write those, they'll be at the top. And then I'll probably bundle them all and repost that so you can also find all of the other columns that are there. So that's coming up, and I'm kind of looking forward to writing that. I like writing them. They take me some time, but it's a resource for me too, because I get to send people to them and say, oh, you have a curiosity? Take a look over here. So I'm going to try and keep this one short. There's a lot in it, but you can get a sense. A lot coming up. Very excited about the next month. Very excited about these projects. I'm looking forward to doing these reviews. Looking forward to fixing that horse. All sorts of stuff coming up. So hopefully that gives you a little enticement to come back. There might be a part 2 to this shortly. We'll see. I think that's going to happen, and I won't tell you anything about it. So hopefully you're curious and you stay tuned to the channel. See how I do that? See how I bait you? Don't go away. Not that you would, but some of you might. But if you just dropped in and you don't plan on coming back, that's all right. Thank you. I appreciate you sticking with this video, and which is a little atypical. And I always appreciate anybody who drops into the channel and views it. So stay tuned. Ocean video coming up next. And hopefully you'll be back for that video, because you know I'll be back soon with another Terranscapes video.